Hello, and welcome to my channel, Va Malayali. It's my pleasure to welcome you to my channel, and thank you so much for being here in my channel. Well, this channel is actually a Malayalam channel. I usually talk in Malayalam, but then I thought, what the heck, let's just talk in English as well, so probably the rest of the world also could connect. So this is my first video in English. Usually I talk in Malayalam, and I've put about 100 videos, so I thought for a change, now let this video be in English so the rest of the world could connect. And that's what all about my channel. So usually I talk about life experiences, the wisdom I get from the life experiences, a little bit of travel and food, and the wisdom I can relate to based on my experiences, and which will help maybe other people. These are the things I talk about. So before I get into our topic, I would like to request, if you're new here and if you have not subscribed, kindly please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. That'll be great help for me. And today's topic is about I talk about very simple topics so people can really relate, and it'll really help them in their lives. So today I want to talk about very simple thing called how to avoid negative words, negative vocabulary in our day-to-day conversations, and even in our thought process, and even while we do any sort of communication, because negative words usually have a negative effect. So the best thing to do is avoid the negative words in our thought process, vocabulary, communication overall. Just avoid it. That is going to be really helpful for us. So I wanted to talk about that today. So this is basically what happens is, whenever we think, our natural thought process is always negative. Most of the time we just end up thinking, in the beginning at least it's always negative. So that is affecting us in our lives. So best way to do is to avoid. I'll give you an example. Now, if you're just going in a plane, first thing people usually think is, let us be safe. And that keeps in our mind, but very soon that thought process changes. What if this flight actually, or maybe the car which we're going, or maybe, some journey, if it's some bad outcome out of it. So these kind of things, goes in our mind, So the best way to avoid that is, when that any sort of negative thing comes in our mind, the best way to avoid it is think the positive outcome always. If you're thinking anything about the flight, you just think, thank God the flight is going in the right way, there is nothing wrong, and we are going to safely land soon. Thank God we are going to safely land soon. Anything negative you see, immediately convert into a positive thought. That will really help us. Even the scientists have proved it, that they kept, the experiment. What they did is they kept two plants, and to that one plant, the scientist, whoever was doing the experiment, they go and say all positive things, all good things to the plant, and good words, good things, good, and the plant is so nice and the leaves are so beautiful and it's so green and it's growing so great and it's so, all the good things. And to the another plant, they when speak all negative words. I mean, the plant is too bad. You're not growing. You don't have good leaves. You don't have good. Basically all these negative words. Negative. Negativity is all spread onto that. And what they see is in about some time, maybe some 30 days or something, when they see the plant which they spoke all the positive thing as growing very well. It grows really well, but the negative plant, it almost just dies off. So, even in the plants we can see that effect. So this negative and positive, it's a great thing. The vibration which creates from the positive words is really helpful even in the plants. So just imagine for us humans how much effective it's going to be. So it's very important in our life to hang around, talk always positive, and it's very important to hang around with positive people. If you have a lot of negative friends around you, it's not really a good thing. So we need to make sure we are hanging around with always the positive people who talk positive things, who are really looking forward in life. That will help us. Generally, there are a lot of people who are a little bit of negative, but there's no point in being negative. As I told you, whatever bad has to happen anyway is going to happen. We can't stop it. And whatever good is going to happen, we can make it better. That's what we can do. So being positive, that's going to help us being better at whatever we are doing. So that's the best thing to do. Be positive, talk positive, and avoid all the negative thought process in our mind. Avoid it totally. If it's possible, totally avoid it. Be totally positive. Even each and every words which we talk, whatever is the negative words, totally avoid it. Each phrases which we have in your mind, as well as when we talk in a conversation, try to make it positive. That will really help us. Well, these are the small things, but it's very effective. It's a good thing to remind ourselves once in a while. Otherwise, we kind of forget it and we get into that normal thought process. So we have to consciously get our mind to think in a positive manner. Whenever any negative thing comes, automatically we have to consciously think, no, I need to change this immediately to a positive thought process. Thank God for the event in the positive manner, and think about that, rephrase that in your mind, tell that in your mind again 1 or 2 times. So that'll really help us. So this is all the thing. Whenever any sort of negative thing comes to our mind, best thing is to immediately convert that into a positive thought, and thank God that whatever event which you thought as negative has not happened. So you don't even need to think about that, and immediately convert that into a positive thought. So this is the example. If you are going in a car and you feel there is something going to be wrong, or the outcome is going to be wrong, immediately think, thank God we are safe, we are going in the right direction, and we are going to get whatever we came out for. Or if you are doing a business and you feel the business deal is going to be a flop, or it's going to be a no deal, immediately, instead of thinking that, reverse that thinking by thinking, thank God this deal is going to be great, I'm going to get what I want, and this is going to really help me. So all we need to do is immediately reverse the thought process And if you're talking to somebody, try to always talk in a positive manner. Even if you know the thing about what you're going to talk is negative, first avoid talking the negative things. Even if you really want to talk, try to talk the same thing in some way positive, as much as positive you can, because that really helps, just to keep our mind, our thought process in a positive way. We have to always talk and think also in the same manner. So that's going to help. And if we are positive, everything automatically falls positive in our life. And that's really going to help us. And whatever the bad thing is going to happen, that anyway will happen, we cannot stop it. But, you don't need to think positive or negative. So everybody's got their share in their life of all the events, which is going to be negative as well as positive. So we don't need to really worry about that. What has to happen will happen. We can't stop it. And if you're going to think about that and feel bad about it rest of the time, that is not going to help us at all. So the best thing is to avoid thinking that, remain positive, totally help us, to have a great time, great day, great, relationships, everything will be better. So the best thing is to remain positive. Whenever you go or think anything negative, immediately convert your thinking process to a positive thinking process. That is the little bit of advice. I'm sure many of you know it, many of you thought about it. But another thing in that, what you have to think is, whatever you think is gonna happen, you already put a thought about something, maybe probably negative. Instead of that, think in that positive thought, that whatever event or whatever thing you think everything in a positive way is happening. So that itself is clear your mind. You feel much better. You feel really more relaxed and more happy in life. The feeling, it's all about the feeling. So if you have a good feeling, things automatically fall in place, and that is really going to help everyone around you as well as for you. These are some of the things I wanted to talk about today. Well, I'll be back with a new video, and till then, thank you for watching my video, and bye bye.